Good morning. This is Dr. Rajesh Mehra. Welcome to Women's Worldview. I'm glad that you've decided to join us this morning because I have a very interesting and honored guest with us. Her name is Donna Hilfiger, and she's doing Motivational Moments with Donna. We started this series a couple of weeks ago, and we've had an excellent response. We've had a lot of emails asking a lot of questions. And Donna is a life coach, and she motivates us to lead and live a better life. So we all need coaches for various reasons, and I'm going to let Donna tell us herself what is a life coach. Donna, welcome.
Thanks for having me back.
Absolutely. Before she gets into the explanation on what is a life coach, let me just tell you that she has traveled the world. She speaks at conferences in different arenas and different things, and we're very honored to have her with us and educate all of us about different things about life. So, tell us, what is a life coach? Why do I need a life coach?
Everybody needs a life coach, and as you said, I speak all over the world, and there's no difference between any of you all over the world than it is, we're all the same. At the core of us, we're all the same. Mm-hmm. We all have fears, we all have insecurities, we all have self-esteem issues, we all have, different emotional bonds. What I do as a life coach is I identify what's keeping you stuck, or what's, it's, if you have this dream that you've always dreamed to do and you want to have this new career, what's blocking you and what's stopping you and what's programming is what I call it. What programming are you running that's stopping you? And we reprogram that once we trace it back and find out where it started.
Right. As I said earlier, we have a coach for everything, so why not life?
Absolutely.
Right? And in this age and time with cell phones and internet, we hardly talk to each other.
Exactly.
So that's even more a reason to have a life coach. Interesting. So how do you decide, or how do you project what you want to do? Something called manifest or manifestation, or manifesting what you dream of. I want to own a Lamborghini.
I am the queen of manifesting.
Well, tell me how to own a Lamborghini, and you're on.
Okay.
That's my dream.
Okay, I'll give you an example of, let me give you an example of my own personal life, because I tell this story, I've told it in seminars all over the world, and people will come up to me and go, oh my God, Donna, I was jumping up and down doing this thing that you said you were doing. To make a long story short, we had sold our house, needed to move somewhere. And I was driving around, had no idea where we wanted to move, and I drove through this neighborhood, and I came upon this house, and I stopped my car, and my mouth dropped, and I just looked at it, and I pointed my finger. I didn't even know what I was doing. I pointed my finger at it, and I said, one day, I want to own a house just like that one. And I put all this energy into that. It's all about energy.
Right.
And we can talk about that in future segments. It's all about energies. But I didn't even know what I was doing. I just fell in love with this house. We couldn't afford it. It was way out of our price range. So we found another house that was very nice, and we bought that, and the market was on fire. That was back when houses were selling in a day. So I said, Jimmy, let's sell our house. That's my husband. And he said, put a price tag on it. I said, I'm going to sell it myself. I knew everything that had sold in the neighborhood. I priced it at the top of the market. I mean, granted, we'd done everything. New roof, new heat pump, new everything. It was a beautiful house. And I priced it at the top of the market. Every real estate agent called me and said, Donna, there's no way you're going to sell that house. And I said, oh, yes, there is. I said, the beauty is I don't have to. So there's no pressure on me. There's no stress here.
Right.
I said, but I'll sell it. Someone bought our house 30 days after the house next door to us sold in a day. We got full price, no contingencies, so we had to find a house. So I'm driving around. I happened through this same neighborhood, and I looked, and they had a for sale sign in the front yard.
On the same house
the same house that I previously wanted. And I called my husband, and I said, you're not going to believe this. He said, well, call and see how much it is. So I called, and I said, well, it's way out of our budget. I don't think we can afford it. But, if we put every cent that we're getting out of this house down on it. So we went to look at it, and my husband said, absolutely not. I'm not buying a big house just because it's a big, beautiful house on the outside. It's dated inside. I'm not spending $1 million on a house and have to totally redo it. And I said, well, gosh, I can do that. I can strip the wallpaper. I can do this. And I'm thinking, oh, no, I really want this house. Well, he didn't want it. So we found another house that he wanted, and I drove back by there one last time and had my son in the car who was, he was 15 at the time. And I said, well, let me just look one more time. And I called my husband and I said, are you sure you don't want to buy this house? He said, honey, do whatever you want. If you want the house, call the real estate agent and buy the house. That's why we will have been married 23 years next month.
You do what you want.
Yes.
Right.
But so I called the real estate agent and I said, we really want the house. And she said, Donna, it couldn't be worse timing. And I said, why's that? She said, because they did a home inspection on it this weekend and the sellers have agreed to repair everything on the house and it's a done deal. And I'm thinking, well, it's not done because the money's not in the bank. Mm-hmm. And she said, I said, you know, can you call me if something happens? And she said, Donna, it's a done deal. I'll be more than happy to show you any other house. I said, okay, fine, thanks. I hung up the phone, I looked at my son, I said, wait right here. I was sitting there, the house was empty. The people had moved. I walked that property and stomped my energy all over that property. I said, this is my house, this is my house, this is my house. I got on the diving board in the backyard and said, this is my house, this is my house. And I'm stomping my energy. I get in the car and my son's looking scared at this point. And I sat there and I closed my eyes and I visualized the best as I could remember decorating the house, each room.
How it was going to look.
I even put dirty clothes in the laundry room. I put toys all over the kids' rooms. I decorated that house in my mind, sitting in that driveway, to the point of where I put this energy into it and said, if these people move in this house, they're going to think it's haunted and they're going to have to move out because my energy's in this house because it's my house. And I looked at my son and I said, I know you think I'm crazy. He goes, the scary part is I believe you. This was Saturday. Monday morning, my cell phone rings. Donna, in 20-some years of doing real estate, I've never seen anything like this. The people found another house they fell in love with over the weekend, and the sellers are going to let them out of the contract.
Wow.
I said, of course, because this is my house. But that's how it works.
So is this manifest?
This is manifesting. I mean, we'll talk about vision boards in a future segment, but I've been doing this for so long that I fully expect that if it doesn't show up and I'm putting all the right energy into it, then it is not meant to be. And I'm like, thank you for saving me from some experience that's not meant to be. But if we put that energy into what it is that we want and that belief that we're going to get it, the universe always matches us up with where we're vibrating. And I know that's a stretch for some people to think, but that's how it works. And based on results, I've been living my life this way for 54 years now.
Amazing. So explain more about this manifest. Just anything I want, I can manifest? I mean, how?
Pretty much, if you believe you can. Pretty much, if you believe you can. Absolutely.
So do I just dream about it, think about it, or I mean, I have to work at it?
You have to work on
Nobody's
yourself.
going to buy me a Lamborghini
Exactly.
and put it in my driveway.
Well, you have to believe that you're worthy of one to start with.
That's true.
And you have to believe that you deserve one, and you have to believe that you can afford one. And if
I can't afford one. That's why I don't have one.
Then that's when you need the life coach to go back and figure out where in your life did you tell yourself that you weren't worthy of nice things? Or where in your life did you tell yourself, or whatever it was? It may be nothing about the Lamborghini, but it may have been about an experience that you had in your past that's holding you back from having the life that you want. Or for hating on other people. If you're sitting there hating, I hate rich people. Rich people are really rude and rich people are not nice people. The universe is sitting here going, well, we're not going to make you rich because you don't want to be like them.
Gotcha. So is this something one practices every day, or does one think about it, or this, how does that work? Or does one make a laundry list of, I want a better marriage, I want a Lamborghini, I want, a different career, I want this, I want that, or just take one topic and just work on that?
It depends on, it's individualized. It depends where they are. I remember years ago, I listened to some Tony Robbins tape. It was years ago. I can't even remember the name of it. But he said, write down, if you could be, do, or have anything you wanted, what would it be? And I wrote down all these things. And I found that about 5 years ago, I'd manifested every single thing on that list. Not because I believed I could, because Tony Robbins told me that this was possible. And I'm going, well, Tony Robbins, he's selling CDs and selling out, seminars. He knows what he's talking about. If he says it'll work, I believed it. I didn't believe it in me, but I believed it in him. And that's what made it work for me.
So it sounds like about believing.
Absolutely.
Which is manifesting what it is that you want.
Here's the biggie that I tell in a lot of classes, and I don't mean to step on any toes in any religions, but I'm going to use God for, universe, God.
Sure.
I'm going to use God for this example. I say we have more faith in the UPS system and United Postal Services because we'll go online and we'll order something. We may get a tracking number now, the technology is great. But we're going online saying, oh, I'm so excited. Is it going to come early? We're never once doubting that it's going to show up at our front door.
Right.
But we've got to put a prayer or a wish or a dream out to God, the universe, whatever it is that we believe in.
Right.
And we're going, well, it hadn't happened yet, and oh, it probably won't because I never get what I want, and they always get more than I do. And we're telling ourselves all of our programming, so it's never going to show up.
Right.
Because we're blocking it.
And the UPS and FedEx is sure going to show
Exactly.
up. Because we have a tracking number.
Exactly. So if we put a prayer out or a wish out or a dream out and we don't tell anybody else and let them steal our dream, or we're not putting that dream out that we're not even resonating with and go, well, my daddy really wants me to follow in his footsteps and I really don't want to do that, you're going to manifest, if you don't want to do it, you're going to manifest all these complications in your life so that you don't have to do it. But if you really, really have a passion, you're always, always going to be led to the next step and the next step and the next step until it shows up in your life.
Right.
If you really want that Lamborghini,
I do.
you will find a way. You will find a way for it to show up in your life, and you'll find a way to afford it.
There you go. You heard it for the first time. So believe in what you want, manifest it, and believe in it. Believe in this energy of the universe, different religions, different faiths. It all comes down to that energy that we have and the super energy that's out there. So tap into it if you can. Donna, it's been motivational listening and hearing you and watching you. So you're full of energy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.